Cornelius comes out from the cupboard. Oh, Mrs. Malloy, I can explain everything. Mrs. Malloy says, I do not wish to hear any explanations, Mr. Hackle. Just you and Mr. Tucker do me the pleasure of leaving my hat shop at once before I send for the police. The very thing, Irene. Send for the law at once. You can have them both put away for years on charges like this. Help! Police! Help! Only have dinner with them first. Dinner? To show that you tried to settle it amicably. That's the way things are done in the law, Irene. Dinner first, dungeons later. Well, if it must be, Mr. Hackle, Mr. Tucker, you may take Miss Fay and myself to dinner this evening. Delighted, Mrs. Malloy. I speak for Barnaby, too. Now, I hear there's a very nice restaurant on the railway station. No, Mr. Hackle. If the Harmonium Gardens is enough for your fashionable friends, it's enough for us. They say they have a lovely orchestra there, Minnie. Oh, we couldn't go there. No, don't misunderstand me. It isn't the money or anything like that. It's the dancing. Ah! You see, they have dancing in a place like that. Exhibitions, even contests. And I don't know how. It would take me months, weeks, years to learn. Read this. Mrs. Dolly Levi, 33-year-old chief clerks, taught how to dance. Now, you put one arm here and one arm here. Oh, it's no use, Mrs. Levi. I have absolutely no sense of rhythm. Absolutely no sense of rhythm is one of the primary requirements for learning the Gallagher-Levi method of dancing. Just give me 5 minutes of your time, Mr. Hackle, and I'll have you dancing in the streets. We'll start with lesson 7, the waltz kick turn. Now it's simple. Right foot touch, left foot touch, under, back, around, touch, back, through, around, back. Woo! That's wonderful. When I think of the lucky women that'll find heaven in those arms. Let's go back to lesson 1. Put your hand on her waist and stand, with her right in your left hand. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Look, I'm dancing! Turn around and around, around. Try floating through the air. Can't you be a little more aesthetic? Don't you think my dancing has a polish and a flair? I think the word I'd really use is athletic. Well, my heart is about to burst. Ha! My head is about to pop. And now that I'm dancing, who cares if I ever stop? Look, everybody, I, Cornelius Hackle, sport, am dancing! Glide and step and glide. Barnaby and everyone stand aside. Bump ba da da, bump ba da da, bump ba da da. You could learn to polka if you worked a week or so, or the tango filled with passion seething. I might join the chorus of the Castle Garden show. Whatever you do, for God's sakes, keep breathing. For my head is about to burst. My heart is about to pop. And now that I'm dancing, who cares if I ever stop? When there's someone you hardly know, but wish you were closer to, remember that he can be near to you whilst you're dancing. Though you've only just said, hello, hello, he's suddenly someone who can make all your daydreams appear to you while you're dancing. Make the music weave a spell, whirl away your worries. Things look almost twice as well when you're slightly blurry, as around and around you go. Your spirit will hit the top. And now that we're dancing, who cares if we ever stop? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ha! And now that we're dancing, who cares if we ever stop? The same. Pains in my back, aches in my side, stabs in my liver. I'm fine. My daughter Fanny got married, you know. Well, did she? A year ago last September. It's been a long time since you lived here, Mrs. Levi. Such a long, long time. Ephraim, let me go. It's been long enough, Ephraim. Every evening for all these years, I've put up with that cat. And before I went to bed, I said a prayer thanking God that I was independent and no one else's life was mixed up with mine. Then one night an oak leaf fell out of my Bible. I placed it there when you asked me to marry you, Ephraim. And a perfectly, beautifully good oak leaf, but now without color and without life. And suddenly I realized that I was just like that little leaf. For years I had not shed one tear, nor had I been filled with the wonderful hope that someone or something would ever turn out well for me. And I've decided to rejoin the human race, Ephraim. I'm going to marry Horace Van de Gelder, Ephraim, and I want you to give me away. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get some life back into my life. Before the parade passes by. Mrs. Levi, come along. Cornelius is taking us to see the 14th Street Parade. Everyone's marching. Why, Irene, you're crying. Oh, Dolly, the world is full of wonderful things. Come with us, Dolly. Come with. I will, Irene. 1 minute. I will. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna go and taste Saturday's high life. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get some life back into my life. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing by life with the rest of them and the best of them. I can hold my head up high, for I've got a goal again. I've got to drive again. I can feel my life coming alive again before the parade passes by. Look at that crowd up ahead. Listen and hear that brass harmony growing. Look at that crowd up ahead. Pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. When the whistles blow and the cymbals crash and the sparklers light the sky, oh, I'm gonna raise the roof. I'm gonna carry on. Bring me an old trombone, bring me an old baton before the parade passes by. When the parade passes by, listen and hear that brass harmony growing. When the parade passes by, pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. When those whistles blow and those cymbals crash and the sparklers light the sky, oh, I'm gonna raise the roof. Hey, I'm gonna carry on. Bring me an old trombone, bring me an old baton before the parade passes by. Do you hear it, everyone? The trombones, the cornets, the cymbals, the snare drum. Do you hear it, everyone? Do you hear it? I'm gonna raise the roof. I'm gonna carry on. Bring me an old trombone. Bring me an old baton before the parade. Mr. Van de Gelder says, Mrs. Levi, she's beautiful. Everything you said and more. Don't move, Miss Money. I'm coming. I'm on my way. Hey, you, cut that out. That's my fiance. Stop, thief, pickpocket. Put that back, you. I paid for that girl and I won all the parts. Mrs. Levi, what's the meaning of all of this? Mrs. Levi says, nothing to get upset about, Horace. It's a last-minute substitution. Miss Money had a sudden urgent business appointment with the Mint. They ran a little short and she's helping them out. But she'll be there to meet you at Harmonia Gardens tonight at 8 o'clock. That's the most expensive restaurant in the city. Why, that's why I suggested it to you. It's 10 years since I've been there, but oh, the food is so fantastic, and the fastest waiters in all the city. By the way, I might be a little late, so Miss Money will have to find you in the front of the restaurant. Wait till you see her, Horace. All in buttercup yellow with baby pink shoes, humming an old-fashioned tune. Sweet Rosie O'Grady. You couldn't miss her if you tried, those teeth. But I'll be there, Dolly. But only because I already paid for the introduction, and I might as well get my money's worth. But from this point on, you are hereby discharged as my marriage broker. Is that clear? From now on, Dolly Gallagher, you're just a woman like anybody else. Where were we? What's going on here? Ephraim, he's as good as mine. For I'm gonna raise the roof! I'm gonna carry on! Bring me an old trombone! Bring me an old baton! Before the parade!